Hello, Chen.
Hello, teacher.
Good evening.
Good evening, teacher. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. How about you?
Fine, thank you.
Okay. Well, you know what? There are some moments that you sound like a robot. Maybe I'm having a Wi-Fi problem, or maybe maybe your connection also is not good, because I'm experiencing this problem since my first class tonight. I don't know what's wrong. Okay, but now I think it's good because I was able to come in. But before my student before you, you know what? I was late for 7 minutes because I cannot enter Zoom. Yeah, okay. So, well, for tonight, Tan, we're just going to continue our activity last night that we were not able to finish. Okay, wait a minute. Let me see. Where did we stop? Did we start? Did we stop? Wait a minute. Did we stop in this part?
Yeah, maybe I think the next part, I think,
This one. We finished in this part.
us.
Yes, okay. Okay, so now let's continue to this one. Okay, well, I think we are now in part number 3 with questions 14 to 19. So you will hear a radio program giving you information about the city of Oh, we're finished already in Glasgow, right?
I think I did this one.
Yeah, we're finishing this part already. Okay, now I'm sure we're in this part already. So this is part number 4 with questions 20 to 25. Look at the 6 sentences for this part. You will hear a conversation between a boy, Frank, a girl, Linda, and a music shop. Decide if wait a minute. Are we finishing this one? Not yet, not yet, not yet. Okay, so just say if it's A for yes and B for no. All right, so I'm going to play it first, 10 for 2 times. You're going to hear it twice before we answer it, all right?
All right.
Now turn to part 4, questions 20 to 25. Look at the 6 sentences for this part. You will hear a conversation between a boy, Frank, and a girl, Linda, in a music shop. Decide if each sentence is correct or incorrect. If it is correct, put a tick in the box under A for yes. If it is not correct, put a tick in the box under B for no. You now have 20 seconds to look at the questions for part 4. Now we are ready to start. Listen carefully. You will hear the recording twice.
So where do you want to go first, Linda?
Let's go in here. I want to see what they've got. It was my birthday last week, and Mum gave me some cassettes. They're really great, but I've already got one of them, so I want to change it for something else.
I love this shop. There's always so much to choose from. What are you going to get?
I'm not sure. I thought I'd just have a look around and see if there's anything I like the look of. I want something different. I'm a bit bored with all the music I normally listen to. Can you suggest anything?
Well, you don't usually like the sort of music I listen to. What about this band?
Who are they? I've never heard of them.
They're a new band from America. They're not very well known yet, but you wait and see. In another couple of years, they'll be really famous.
Let me have a look. Can you find it on cassette for me? I haven't got a CD player.
The sound's much better on a CD. You should get one.
Well, there's no point for me. My cassette player's really good quality, so it wouldn't make any difference. Besides, CDs cost a lot more than cassettes.
Here you are. I found it on cassette.
Oh, look, it's on special offer. That's really cheap, isn't it? I'll take it.
There's something else we could get while we're here.
What's that?
Well, there's a concert in the sports stadium next week. There's a new Irish band playing. You might like them. So, would you like to come with me?
Oh, that sounds great. I hope I do like them. The last band you took me to see was awful.
This one is different. I'll go and buy some tickets then, shall I?
All right, then. Now listen again.
So where do you want to go first, Linda?
Let's go in here. I want to see what they've got. It was my birthday last week, and Mum gave me some cassettes. They're really great, but I've already got one of them, so I want to change it for something else.
I love this shop. There's always so much to choose from. What are you going to get?
I'm not sure. I thought I'd just have a look around and see if there's anything I like the look of. I want something different. I'm a bit bored with all the music I normally listen to. Can you suggest anything?
Well, you don't usually like the sort of music I listen to. What about this band?
Who are they? I've never heard of them.
They're a new band from America. They're not very well known yet, but you wait and see. In another couple of years, they'll be really famous.
Let me have a look. Can you find it on cassette for me? I haven't got a CD player.
The sound's much better on a CD. You should get one.
Well, there's no point for me. My cassette player's really good quality, so it wouldn't make any difference. Besides, CDs cost a lot more than cassettes.
Here you are. I found it on cassette.
Oh, look, it's on special offer. That's really cheap, isn't it? I'll take it.
There's something else we could get while we're here.
What's that?
Well, there's a concert in the sports stadium next week. There's a new Irish band playing. You might like them. So, would you like to come with me?
Oh, that sounds great. I hope I do like them. The last band you took me to see was awful.
This one is different. I'll go and buy some tickets then, shall I?
All right, then. That is the end of part 4.
Okay, now let's answer the following questions. 10, number 20. Linda wants to change a cassette because she dislikes it.
You now have 6 minutes to...
B.
Okay, 21. Linda already knows what she wants to get.
B.
Ano ba, Choy? Okay, sorry, because my children are noisy. Okay, number 21, 10. Linda already knows what she wants to get.
B.
Okay, 22. Frank recommends a famous band.
B.
Okay, 23. Linda's happy with her cassette player.
A.
24. Linda thinks the price of the cassette is reasonable.
I think it's A.
Okay, and last one. Linda has already seen the Irish band.
I think it's B.
Okay, that's correct, 10. So you were able to get a perfect score of 6 points. Okay, wait a minute, 10. Okay, wait for me, 10. I will just get something.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, we are finished in that part already, Tan. Wait a minute. Let me open that part. So that's unit 4. That is pet 4 test 2 listening. Okay, wait. Let me open the next one. Pet 2. Pet 4 test 2 listening. Pet 4 test 2. So I think we are in pet 4 test 2 speaking. Wait a minute, Tan. Because my record is pet 4, pet 4, pet 4. So where is our, wait a minute, Tan. I'm just checking on my record here. Pet 4 test 1. Okay, so we are now in pet 4 test 1 reading. Okay, wait a minute, Tan. I will just open it. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. Okay, it's still opening, Tan. Wait a minute. All right. Okay, it's open now. Okay, here you go. So we are going to have reading activity because we had finished the listening. Okay, I think I'm having a poor wife again. All right, so Tan, we are in reading test for reading test for part number 1. Oh, what's this? What happened? All right. So I think it's okay now. Okay. So I hope it doesn't have a problem. Okay, so this is Pet 4 Test 1 reading. All right, so let's begin with the part number 1 with questions 1 to 5. Look at the text in each question. What does it say? Mark the correct letter A, B, or C on your answer sheet. Before we start the activity, let's have some vocabulary words first. Okay, are we finishing this one, Tan?
The first one's kind of similar.
Yeah, wait a minute. I think we are, yes, we are finished in this because this is, yeah, I can still remember the punctual word. Oh, wait a minute. One more. One more. So that is Pet 4 Test 1. So I better open Pet 4 Test 2. Pet 4 Test 2, which is reading. Pet 4 Test 2 reading. Okay, here it is. All right, it's opening soon. Let's wait for it. Okay, it's open now. Oh, very poor Wi-Fi. I'm so pissed off.
Yes, it's like kind of lagging.
Yeah. Okay, so this is Pet 4 Test 2 reading. I hope we didn't have this one yet. Okay, see, it's still opening because maybe my Wi-Fi connection for tonight is very poor. Okay. So again, this is Pet 4 Test 2 reading. Okay, part number 1 with questions 1 to 5. Look at the text in each question. What does it say? Mark the correct letter A, B, or C on your answer sheet. Okay, let's have vocabulary. Okay, what's the first word, Tan?
As cyclist,
Okay, so
like a bicycle. A bicycle.
okay, so cyclist, this is a person whose sport is about bicycle. Okay, how about you, Tan? Do you know how to use the bicycle?
Yes, I do. And but like I think when I grow up like this, I don't really remember how to ride a bicycle because it's long ago since I rode it.
Yeah, because you said that you just use your electric bicycle, right? Is that your own electric bicycle?
Yeah.
How many wheels does it have?
Can you ask again?
How many wheels does it have? Is it 3 or 2 wheels only?
2 wheels only.
Oh, okay. Because here in the Philippines, we have an electric bicycle and it's very famous for having 3 wheels and 4 wheels, like a small car or like a golf cart. So that is how our electric bicycle looks like. Okay, number 2 word.
Interview. It means
Okay.
a formal meeting at which somebody is asked questions to see if they are suitable for a particular job or for a course of study at a college, university, etc.
Okay, so interview means, well, sometimes it's formal when you apply for a job, but well, interview can be also given by a news reporter to a certain people, something like that. Or, for example, like me, I'm asking you, so it's like also that I'm interviewing you. Okay. Next is,
Equipment.
uh
It
huh.
means things that are needed for a particular purpose or activity.
Okay, that's correct. So equipment means it's an object or a thing that's important to use in a certain task or activity. Okay, and last one.
On board or aboard,
Mhm.
on or in a ship, an aircraft or a train.
Okay. On board or aboard means you're already inside the plane, a train, a bus, a ship, or any kind of transportation or vehicle. Okay, so now let's have this activity 10. So all you have to do is to read what's on the picture and then choose what does it mean on the letters, okay?
Okay. Cyclists, when this entrance a lock, use side gate. I think it's B. Cyclists should use a different entrance when this one is locked.
Okay, number 2.
25 pounds reserves any picture in the gallery.
Mm-hmm.
C. It costs 25 pounds to show your picture in the gallery.
Oh,
Okay.
it's A. We will keep any picture for you if you give us 25. What's that? Is that dong? Is
I
that
think it's bao.
Vietnamese dong? Again?
I think.
Ah, okay. Because some of my students they say that the what they call it that the currency is Vietnamese dong.
No.
How do you write Vietnamese dong, Tan?
I think it's just VND.
Ah, there's no sign.
Yes.
Just this one, VND. So is it capital letters?
Yes.
Okay, but here in the Philippines, we use this one. This one.
Peso.
Yes, it means pesos. But now that our time is very modern, we use this one. So in Vietnam, you use VND. But here, for example, we have 500 pesos. We just use 500 PHP or Philippine peso. But you can also write this one without this one. Oh, so now I know that you have to write, for example, 500 Vietnamese dong, like that.
Yeah, but just like the smallest amount of money in Vietnam, this 1,000.
Oh, the smallest amount in Vietnam money is 1,000.
People don't use the below 1,000 anymore.
Mm. Okay, so you know what? Our smallest money in the Philippines is 1 peso. Like this one. You can only buy one piece of a small candy. 1 peso. So you can only buy one piece of small candy. How about in Vietnam? What can you buy in 1,000 Vietnamese dong? Because that's the smallest amount, right?
I think can buy one one or two candies. Depends on the kind. Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay. Well, I will research about Vietnamese dong because you know what? When it's already payday or our salary, the Vietnamese, our co-teachers that's Vietnamese, their salary is in million. In million. So I said that, wow, that's a very big amount. But when you convert it into peso, it's very small. Because it's very nice to listen, right? Okay, your salary for this month is 500 million. So wow, that's very big. But when you convert it, it's only in thousand here in the Philippines. Okay, let's continue. Number 3.
It's raining in Manchester, so I'm visiting museums here for the day with Ellen, who's at a college interview right now. Driving home together tonight. Love, Annette.
Okay.
Um, I think it's B. Annette is riding this cart while Ellen attends an interview.
Okay, that's correct. Number 4.
Sports hall. 5 minutes of bookings must be used to put equipment away. I think yes. Um, um, I think it's C. The hall must be cleared of equipment in the 5 minutes before bookings end.
Okay, that's correct. So last one is number 5.
To Helga from John. Wolfgang's Wolfgang's is coming over next weekend, so we are hiring a river boat. Why not join us? We need you to translate, and you could have cooked. John wants Helga to see have those on board to communicate.
All right, very good, Tan. So you got 4 points, right? Because you have one mistake. Okay. Am I right? You have one mistake?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's continue with part number 2 with questions 6 to 10. So the people below all want to move to a new home. On the opposite page, there are descriptions of 8 different homes. Decide which home, letters A to H, would be the most suitable for each of the following people with number 6 to 10. For 6 to 10 questions, mark the correct letter A to H on your answer sheet. Okay, again, let's have vocabulary before we start the activity. The first one is
Elegant.
okay.
It's attractive and showing a good sense of style.
Yes, that's correct. So elegant means you are not cheap. You're very classy. Your clothes are very fancy and expensive. Okay, so that is what elegant means. Okay, number 2.
Reasonable. It means fair, practical.
Again, fair.
Fair, practical, and sensible.
Okay, well, because while you are talking, your video stopped. Okay, so reasonable means the price or the explanation or the price is just right. Okay, next one is
Spacious. It means of a room or building. It means large and with plenty of space for people to move around.
all right. So spacious means the area is very big. All right. So now 10. You just have to read the 8 names of persons here who's looking for a new home. All right. Can you read the following names, please?
Chris and Sarah want to rent a flat as soon as possible. They would prefer a quiet part of town with views over gardens and water. George would like to rent a small home near the center of town with somewhere safe to keep his car. He has only a little time to do the gardening. Graham and Susie have 4 children. They want to buy a house in the countryside, which is big enough for each child to have their own room. The children enjoy playing outdoors. Mary is a lawyer who works mainly in London. She's hoping to buy a home in the country where she can work sometimes. She needs to be able to catch a train to London easily. James and Miranda have always lived in town, but as their 2 teenage daughters love breeding, they now want to buy a house in the country. They need enough space to have two horses.
Okay. So now 10, those are the people who looks for a new home, okay? So now you can read silently the from letter A to H, and then those are some names of places or some names of new homes, okay? So when you are done reading, you can just tell me, okay? All right.
teacher.
Okay, so I will write your answer. So what's your answer in number 110?
It's D.
Okay, number 2 is,
B.
again,
B.
a B. Number
Yes.
3 is
A.
4.
E.
And 5 is
F.
F.
Yes.
Okay, so now let's check if you got the correct answer. So these are the correct answers, Chan. Let me see it first. D, B, A, E, and F. Okay, so just always you have a perfect score of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points for you. Okay, good job, Tan. Next one, let's have part number 3 with questions 11 to 20. Look at the sentences below about the island of Petulia. Read the text to decide if each sentence is correct or incorrect. If it's correct, mark A. If it's not correct, mark B. But first, let's have vocabulary, okay? First word, Tan, is
In inhabitant, it means a plan of a journey, including the route and the places that you visit.
okay. Inhabitant means a plan of a journey. Okay, so it means that this is like a bucket list or itinerary. So in deeper English, we call it itinerary. It means that these are the what they call this one, organized plan which you're going to follow when you travel. Okay, next is
Cereal.
what is a cereal?
It's a kind of food that we eat for breakfast.
Okay. Do you eat cereals for morning?
Yes. Can you ask again?
Are you eating some cereals in the morning too?
I think not usually.
But what do you always eat for breakfast?
I think it's like something like pho, yeah, or some noodle or bread, something like that.
All right. So this is an example picture of a cereal. Okay, next, number 3 word is
Knit,
knit. What's a knit?
like it's a action when we, we do to from wound or what is it?
Yes, that's correct.
And scarf.
Yes. So knit is like, this is a cloth made from wool, which you knit or stitch, right?
Yeah.
Okay, next is, this is an example of knit. They said that it's very easy because all you have to do is like that, like that. But when I learned how to do that, it's very difficult.
Yeah, so it's
So
very difficult.
so that's why I didn't pursue learning that and I throw it all away. Okay, next is,
Wool.
what's a wool?
It's a material that that we use to knit, and it can kill us worm easily.
Yes, wool is a very thick kind of cloth. So usually when you finish making that knit something, you turn that into a wool. Okay, so that's a picture of a wool. So wool is like also a thread.
Yes.
Okay. So now Tan. Okay, so this is quite, I think this is not long, but it's only small. Okay. All right, so try to read it 10. If you want to read silently, it's okay. If you want to read it out loud, it's okay too.
Okay. The island of Petulia,
Mhm.
Petulia Island is only 5.5 kilometers long and 1.5 kilometers at its widest point. It lies in the middle of Lake Donica and is 3,900 meters above sea level. Petulia has a small number of inhabitants for over 4 centuries. It now has a population of 1,000 um, 500 people. It has no roads, no cars or bicycles, and no electricity. The sun is extremely hot during the day, but temperatures at night regularly fall well below freezing. The water of Lake Donica is 10 degrees Celsius all, all year round. The past, until recently, the island was separate from the outside world before the introduction of motorboats in the 1970s. Traveling from Brasilia to the nearest port could take over 20 hours. This journey was therefore made only once a year in order to buy salt. Motorboats have now cut the journey time to 3 hours, bringing new trade and tourists to Brasilia. Farming. Brasilia is divided into 6 farming areas. Each farmer owns one piece of land in each of the 6 areas and grows vegetables, potatoes, and cereal. Every year, farmers leave a different piece of land unplanted to allow the earth to rest. Cows and sheep are kept here during this time to improve the soil. The food grown by each farmer is shared by everyone. None is for sale. Petunia's farming year is divided into wet and dry seasons. The wet season is the busiest time. All land is dug by hand, using space. In the dry season between July and August, the islanders have time to build new houses, repair stone walls, and make clothes. Men need traditional clothes from wool that is prepared by the women. Education. Bacteria has a well-equipped primary and secondary school. There's a good-sized sports field, but instead of playing football, the boys usually choose to knit, like their fathers, while the girls make wool. Walking along the road tracks of the island, tourists often see small children on their way to and from school. Visitors. Bacteria has a tourist industry, but the people have kept their traditional customs. They recently voted against a hotel development plan, so there will be no hotels on the island. Instead, tourists are placed with a family as guests. The money earned by each family is, like all money on the island, equally divided. During the dry season, many islanders entertain tourists late into the cold nights with pop music and dances.
Okay, so now I will read the sentences here, and then you just have to say A for yes and B for no. Number 11, people have lived on the island for more than 400 years.
Um, So I think it's A.
Okay, 12. There is a big difference between daytime and nighttime temperatures on the island.
It's A.
Okay, 13. The islanders have sold their salt to other countries since the 1970s.
I think it's B.
Okay, 14. It takes 3 hours to reach Petulia from the nearest port.
Um, I think it's A.
Yes. 15. Some farmers have more pieces of land to look after than the others.
It's B.
16. The animals are moved on to different land every year.
I think it's B.
It's A. All right, 17. Boys often play football on the school field.
I think it's B.
Correct. 18. Both adults and children help to make the islanders' clothes.
I think it's A.
Okay, 19. It is likely that there will be a tourist hotel on the island room.
It's B.
Last one, 20. Tourists paid to stay with families.
Um, um, I think it's B.
It's A. All right. So therefore, you have 2, 4, 6, and 8 points in this activity. All right. So well, 10, that will be all for tonight. So I'm going to see you again on the next class on Saturday. Okay? All right. Goodbye, Tan. Oh, sorry, I didn't notice the time. We are already 55 minutes. Okay. See you again next time, Tan.
Good night.
Good night.